Okay, we're back on for the second time. I am so glad that you're here today. We're going to do some restorative yoga and you'll see my face momentarily. There I am. So we just get on a couple minutes early before class starts. So if you are tuning in after this has already been recorded live, please feel free to zip through this part of the video. So my name is Gayle and we're doing some restorative yoga tonight. You'll need some type of blanket or two. You can use some pillows or a yoga bolster if you have it. Hi everybody. And a yoga block, or grab some books maybe if you have them handy. So it's completely restorative. Restorative yoga is just a way to really relax the body and catch up to where you are. We have a lot of students that use yoga as physical exercise. We also have a lot of athletes that are athletic in different ways and find workouts in different ways. Restorative yoga really should be the, hi, Rachel. So restorative yoga should really be your primary yoga practice. If you already have a very physical practice doing something else, restorative yoga is the way to help relax you, relax the mind. And tonight we're going to catch up to really where you are tonight. So run and grab your props and we'll get started in just a few minutes. The Spotify playlist is connected here to this link. If you want to start playing it, you can simply open your windows and listen to nature, or of course choose anything that you want to choose. Okay, and this is really pretty much a seated practice. I'm going to start the playlist now if you want to listen along with me to the Spotify, or like I said, play what you will. Okay, and we'll start seated. So no rush. You don't really even need a yoga mat if you're just on your carpet or wherever you are. Let your eyes close. You sit how you need to sit. Really not fixing or doing too much. Let yourself arrive. And step out of the things you've been doing all day. Step into this hour for self-care, to restore, to renew, to replenish, to rejuvenate. You've been expending your energy everywhere today. Restorative yoga helps to create the energy we're striving to find somewhere else. Notice your breath here, in and out through your nose. Adjust any part of the body that seems to be leaning to one side, forward, backwards. Just sit in an easy way, not too stiff or too determined. Draw the attention to your crown, this beautiful place that the yogis say is still connected, that soft spot that was on soft when we were born. It still contains this golden thread that connects us to the infinity, to heaven. And as you sit up maybe a little taller, reminding yourself of that divinity, or whatever word you use for that. Know that this is a time for nobility, for care of the physical body, the mental body, the energetic body. There's not much you need to do, but just trust this wisdom that's designed you. The place of healing. Breathe in, feel your chest and your heart rise. And as you breathe out, humbly just drop the head towards your heart. Feel the back of the neck start to stretch. Anchor the sits bones down. Release any holding of the legs. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your right ear over to your right shoulder. Just feel that stretch and just find a little bit of movement to find the place that's just right. If you need the right hand outside of the left ear, maybe for a gentle guidance, do so. As you exhale, drop the chin towards your chest and go to the other side. Breathe in and then drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Relax the muscles of the face. Let the tongue rest at the back of the top two teeth. Breathe in. Breathe out, chin toward your chest. Interlace your hands at the back of your neck. Thumbs down closer to your shoulders. Pinky fingers, knuckles up by the occipital ridge. Breathe in, raise your head up. Breathe out, lean back, open up through the elbows. Soften the front low ribs towards the back. Spread and smile across the collarbone and your beautiful face shining upwards. Breathe in. Breathe out, chin towards your chest, release your hands. Gently open your eyes, let the floor start to come into view. Recross your legs if you're sitting cross-legged. Right hand comes down, inhale, take your left arm up. Just a little side bend over towards your right. If the left shoulder is still up by your ear, drop back and down. Nothing forcing here. Catching up to where you are. Exhale. Inhale, rise and go to the other side. So in the very beginning of this practice, you're just opening up the spine in every way it should be moving. Generally, we don't really get some lateral bends and a lot of twisting throughout the day. Exhale. Inhale, rise up, bring your left hand over towards your right knee. As you exhale, gently twist to the right. Keep your sits bones anchored down. As you exhale, turn the ribs first. Breathe in. Then as you exhale, turn your ribs, then your shoulders, and then maybe the gaze on the last breath. Eyes are softly closed or gently looking at the floor. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, change sides. Exhale. Inhale, return to center. Bring your hands on front of your shins. Think of how we do cow-cat in tabletop. So as you inhale, take your chin up, pull your heart through, shoulders back, look up to infinity. And as you exhale, round in. Chin towards your chest, look at your belly button if the eyes are open. Inhale, look up, some flexion and extension of the spine. Be careful to not incorporate ujjayi breath. It's a nice, full, deep breath. Nothing forced or fixed. So with your props today, I'll explain what we're going to be doing with them. I'll show you the shape, come back to neutral. I'll show you the shape and then tell you how to get into them. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can pop up a question there and I'll do my best to answer this. So pretty much anybody can do this. Please be mindful of your own body. There's never pain in this. In restorative yoga, we're going to about 50%. Okay, it's nothing forced at all. So this can be really challenging for those of us that are always expending our energy outward to come back, calm down, and find that place of healing. Okay, so the first pose we'll start with is called supported fish pose. You'll take your bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, that's fine. Just take your big pillows, your bed pillows, throw them across the top of the mat. If you have a blanket, fold it where it's pretty flat as you can, and even. So if it feels a little bulky, iron it out with your hands, as my grandma would say. I hand ironed your shirts. So find a place. You might fold it in half again. You could fold it in thirds. That blanket will go on top of the pillows. This will really be for your head. Okay, and then the block or books can go right here for your low back. I'll show you the shape, and if you don't have a block, I'll show you what to do if you just have the pillows and the blankets. So supportive fish, you want the block right at the back of your heart. Bring your head down. So you don't want to look like a Pez dispenser here. You want your forehead and your chin aligned with each other. Okay? So now if you don't have a block or books or something that could lift your heart, it's no problem at all. Just use your bed pillows, turn them this way, and then use your blanket across still for your head. You might need to fold it up again. Okay, so pretty much doing the same thing. The pillows will come right towards your back of your hips and come down. So you see this is a great big chest opener, heart opener. The knees can be bent. The legs can go long. Make sure you're very comfortable. Close your eyes. No need to look at the screen. Relax your jaw. You might need to swallow. Find a space between your upper row of your teeth and your lower row of your teeth. The hands can be resting on your body somewhere or simply out wide to a T or close by you. So by now you found a place that's perfectly comfortable. In this pose, you'll actually be in here the longest. So you want to be sure that you're very comfortable. If you need to move at some point, please make minimal effort. But now that you have made this shape, allow yourself just to be here. Notice the breath. If it's a shallow breath, invite yourself just to deepen a little bit more. Not a full breath, or not a deep ujjayi breath, but it's a breath that you can feel in every lobe of your lungs. Let yourself just drop in. The chitta, the movement of the mind, may be really loud at some point to call you out of this, as if there's something so much more important for you to do and for you to restore, to come back to that energy that's your right to have. It's been given to you. It's nothing you need to find elsewhere. Sugar, caffeine. It's that same energy that little kids have when they wake up from a great night's rest. Drop into the breath. Feel your body breathing you. Soften in the places that feel guarded, or the places that feel they need to protect. You've done everything you need to enjoy this time. Soften towards the earth. The tension in the body repels from the earth. The tension creates hardness and rigidity in the body. What's still guarding and holding here? Can you let it soften? Find all the places that touch the earth. This Earth Day. As much care as we give to the earth, we give to this body. Just feel each part that you've been holding for so long. Just start to give away. And let it start to trust this process of healing. The same healing you found in your body when you had a paper cut, or maybe a deeper type of cut. or a burn. The same type of healing if you've had a broken bone, maybe a broken heart. And trust this wisdom and come back, catch up. By this restoration. Small shifts are natural, but commit to stay still, to just witness. Commit to stay for all those that are unable to rest and so desperately need to recover their natural energy. All the people in your lives that require your presence. Commit to stay here just for a few more moments, everybody. Just enjoy this. You might recognize the pattern of holding, maybe years of holding, the pattern of the brow tense or the jaw. Maybe it's the hands or the hips. What's gripping here? Tension is who we think we are, and peace is who we are. Let yourself catch up there. And just take as long as you need to slide the feet flat onto the earth. Shift your hips one way and just slowly roll over to your favorite side. And give yourself a moment to rest, to feel all the effects. Yes, your primary yoga practice. From all the extra energy you give out. Who knew It was slowing down to catch up to who you truly are. Push your top hand into the floor and bring yourself up. This might be something that you already know, or maybe it's something that you're just hearing for the first time. Extend your legs out long and just any shapes you need to make. Big stretch. Roll your ankles, wrists, your head. And just give yourself a moment to see how you feel. This practice will bring you so much energy and so good, even if you find one of these postures before you go to bed at night. Even when you wake up in the morning, you can do this when your muscles are relaxed. Bring some life into the spine. So the next shape is a fan favorite at the yoga studio. I'll show you, there's 3 different levels to this pose. Okay, so there's stage 1. Then we'll move to stage 2. You might stay at stage 1 the whole time. I can hear some of you going, yes. In stage 3. So it's called mermaid twist. Okay, so bring your blanket or your pillows or whatever you're working with. I'm using my bolster tonight. Your legs are alongside. Bring it right up to your right hip. Pull it in real tight. Okay, sit up tall. And it's called mermaid twist because you look like a mermaid. So when you come, bend your knees in. So you're sitting nice. Keep the hip and the bolster, the pillows close to each other. Slide your right arm along the bolster. So this is stage 1. And if you need an extra pillow or something, or blanket, to support your beautiful head. Ankles and shins, ankles and knees are somewhat parallel, knees and hips are somewhat in line with each other. But just let yourself be comfortable here. If you need extra support, put it between your knees. Stay here for a few breaths, no rush. If you see me fidgeting with my watch, it's just to get us to stay on time. I'll take care of that. You can stay here as long as you want. Maybe the top arm at some point might come over. For stage 2, lift your chest up. Keep the same cheek on the pillow or bolster. And breathe up and down the spine. Gravity's working against us all the time. And you can almost feel each vertebra just getting a little bit more space. That top one coming off the one below it. And if you're in a home with someone for these last few weeks, you might have heard or said, "Let me have my space." Find space in the body. Stay here. Those of you that are with a baby in your belly, you might stay at stage 1, maybe at stage 2. I would not recommend going to stage 3, but if you are free to move in that, stage 3, hands on each side of the pillows or the bolster, lift up and the opposite ear comes on. So be your left ear onto the blanket or the bolster. And just breathe here. And sink in. If it gets too much, just go back to the stage before. There's a poem by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And it says, we do not become healers. We came as healers. We are. We are just catching up to who we are. We came as carriers of the stories we and our ancestors actually lived. We are just catching up to who we are. We did not become artists. We came as artists. We are. We are just catching up to who we are. We did not become writers, dancers, musicians, helpers, peacemakers. We are. We are just catching up to where we are. We do not learn how to love. We are love. We are. Some of us are just catching up to where we are. Love. Deep breaths. Last 3 breaths here. You might feel a little stiff when you come out of this pose, so move gently. Press your hands down. Pull yourself away from the pillows. Come back to center. Straighten out the legs. Any gentle movements you need. Round the spine. Lift your head and your heart to infinity. Take a few movements like this or anything else that your body is craving. We come back to balance. It's important that you feel in your body that you're out of balance here. So when you're out of balance in life, you can make that adjustment to come back into balance. That's where I love where that wisdom is. Oh, I see what you did there. When you created us, you gave us two sides. Now, they're not always in perfect balance. You know, we have different size bones on each side, different prescriptions in our vision. We have different size feet, different color eyes. We have different guts on one side than the other. But we're finding a place of equanimity, a place where we can find as much balance as we can. So great news. Other side. Grab your pillow, bolster, whatever you're using. Bring it right up to the left hip. Bend your knees like a mermaid or merman, whatever you want to be. Phase one. Extend the arm, come on down, prop your head so you're on your whole outside of your rib cage. Use any support you need. You see how you could do this in the morning? Right when you wake up. Adjust the hips if you need to, your feet, your head. Face to it anytime you're ready. Both hands go to the outside, opposite side. Lift yourself up the same ear. This is your left ear going onto the pillows or the bolster. You're still in this twist. So you can see how we prepared the spine with a lateral bend. And then we move into that great big twist, if that's okay for your spine. Whenever you're ready, you can go to phase three. But don't rush. We get there too quick, you know. Let your body know that you're taking care of it. Take all the time in the world. Let yourself catch up slowly. When you're going to phase three, lift your chest and then turn to your opposite ear. Deep breaths. You're doing such a beautiful job holding this space for yourself. This is a time of healing. The earth on Earth Day is getting healed. The smog is lifting. The animals are returning. Feel your body softening towards the earth. Release the tension, the pollution in the mind. Feel the flow, the 70%-ish fluid in the body move. The earth is alive as your body is. So muchly needed. We sometimes think and become selfish. This is a selfish thing. This is selfless. You're restoring the body you've been given to live this life. You're honoring each breath as it comes and goes. You're watching the thoughts flow in and out that we've evolved to over millions of years. Millions of years, animals have been living on this earth. $3 million, 4 million years. Neanderthals, Homo sapiens. And somehow here you are. It doesn't really matter what story you believe. Here we are catching up to where we are. Press your hands to the earth and just slowly feel as you peel yourself up. Yeah. Extend the legs. Move the shoulders and your neck or your jaw, anything that feels tight. The body hears this, the subconscious hears this healing time that you give yourself. I don't know what it is. I tell a lot of my friends and family, please watch the live class tonight. Oh, I'm busy, I have this, I have that. We all have that. Come back as often as you can. It's not selfish. Supported child's pose, so many different variations here. We're used to not using props. Let yourself feel the props support you here, like you support others. So many different options with your blankets. You can place your feet on the blanket here, knees wide. You can use your books or your block underneath the pillows or the bolster. Or just grab more pillows if you need to. The knees go on either side and just come forward. If this doesn't feel comfortable for your body, you can boost up the pillows or the bolster. You can remove them, the blanket from your feet. Maybe even put it over your backs of your calves and sit back. Or if this is just entirely too uncomfortable to come in this way, come onto your back into a happy baby pose. So child's pose or baby pose. What does this tell you? To come back. That innocence. The beginning again. Catch up. To the artist, to the dancer, to the musician. to the wisdom, the love. Close your eyes and sink in here. Feel the hips unlock, the low back, all the space in the spine. You can have your one ear on the earth. Just make sure that you turn your cheek to the other way, or your forehead can be on the bolster. Breathe into the low back. Breathe into the low belly. Breathe through the whole rib cage where you can feel the ribs move and expand. Into the upper back. It's generally where we carry the most tension. And then empty it out the same way. Almost like you're filling a glass of water and then pouring it out. The deepest breaths. And pull yourself up away. If you're on your back, you can just pull your knees into your chest. Find your way to turn back and move into supine posture. I'll show you the shape, and then I'll get you in there. A little teacher secret. We don't tell you the shape, we show you first so you can pay attention. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So this is called supported bridge pose. So you'll use your pillows, prop yourself up and sit on the very outer edge of the pillow. You might want your block or your blankets underneath the knees. Okay, so you get that ready now. You might want it underneath your head if you need extra support. Okay, so supported bridge. So your butt bones are right at the front edge of your bolster or pillows. Slowly start to come down. Hands back behind you, come on down to one elbow, and then all the way down. Feet flat for a moment. Let everything sink. Arms can be next to you. They can come wide out to a T, maybe over your head. Diamond shape, pointer fingers touch, thumbs touch, or you can cactus your arms. If you feel any place that's lifting up off of the floor, just let everything sink in. Relax your brow. Eyes are closed. Feel the eyeballs pull away from the eyelids. Soften the jaw, the inner ears. Feel the heart. Feel the belly soft. You can keep your knees bent just like this. Knees might pull away from each other, or the knees could fall in. You can take your right leg And just extend your right leg long. Notice what's pulling or being guarded here. That protection or that guarding is something that your body's used to. But the more it can start to trust the breath, the more it will let go. Bring the right foot flat. Change sides. If this is too intense, keep both feet flat and the knees bent. If that's feeling okay and you want to go for the full expression, both legs straight. Arms can be over the head or out wide. Soften everything. Make some adjustments in the low back if you need to. If this is too much, or even supported bridge with your knees bent is too much, you can bring your feet flat and take legs up the wall. No effort to hold your legs there. If it's way too much, take the pillows away from the low back. Rhythmic breathing with your heartbeat. Can you hear your heartbeat? As you breathe in to the count of 4, 5, or 6 heartbeats, pause for a heartbeat and then breathe out to the beat of 4 or 5. Pause for 1 heartbeat and then breathe in again for 4 or 5, maybe 6 heartbeats. And breathe out. Rhythmic breathing. Bend the knees, feet flat. Press your feet into the floor, raise the hips, remove the pillow or the bolster, and push it down for supported Shavasana. Straighten the legs and bring the bolster or the pillow right underneath your knees. Make any adjustments. You can always take that blanket up that was underneath and put it over your feet, your ankles. It also feels good right over the hips, a little extra weight. You can also use it as a pillow underneath your head. Take the hands out wide, palms always up in Shavasana, and bring your shoulder blades underneath to hold your heart. You did not learn how to love. You are love. Some of us are just catching up. Be here now. I'll call you out when it's time. Without even moving, just feel all the places that touch the earth, all the tensions you've released, and kissing the earth. Feel the spaciousness above you. It's holding our grace, helping us to find grace for others. All the gifts that are already there for us. Draw the knees into the chest. Hold on to the backs of the legs, a happy baby pose. And Just rock from side to side. Remember the beginning, who you were before we had all of these conditions. Roll over to your favorite side and give yourself a moment here before you go into the rest of the day you have. To really soak in this feeling, this compassion you held for yourself. Now you can be able to give this to others, the people you encounter, you pray for, you think about. The healing that's already begun on this earth and continues when you remember this love, your birthright. Guide yourself up to seated. Bring your hands up to your heart, bow your head. We offer the teachers that have come before us, our ancestors. We thank them for their prayers. We hold our future generations in our prayers. And we honor that love that's within us. Let's meet each other here. Namaste. Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you so much, everybody, for practicing restorative yoga. Please come back to this practice as often as you can, and share this practice with others. Feel free to click on the link and send it to somebody that you love that really needs to remember that they are loved too. So if somebody sent this to you, tell them thank you. So thank you so much, and we will see you soon.